In Year 11 and 12, I was doing a bit of work with Leslie Woods, who was in the area trying to note down the language, the Nyampa language, because it was fast sort of disappearing. And it's sort of, if you haven't got your language, you lose a bit of who you are. And I just thought, you know, if you could be someone who can give someone back their language and give them back a way to communicate with their people, that'd have to be one of the most rewarding things you could do.
Callum, what were some of the challenges along the way for you in speech pathology?
Going into the course, I think the biggest challenge is that it's such a female-dominated profession. So it's really sort of confronting to be a male in there. But then when they see you, they're excited. They're like, you know, oh, we've got a boy in speech. That's what we need more of. I'm the only boy in my course, and that's out of about 30. And there's only 2 boys between the 4 years at the moment at the university. And also, you know, I'm the only boy in the class, and I'm the only Indigenous kid in the class. So it's kind of being sort of the minority of the minority.
What are some of the highlights that you've experienced along the way?
It's definitely a rewarding course, and then, you know, if you're working with someone, you're working with a kid, and then you're working with them for a couple of weeks, and then their mum goes, oh, you know, they got that. You know, you explain it in a way that they got it, and, you know, it can really just change someone's life around, you know, fixing up sounds, learning how to read, understanding those different skills that they weren't getting at school, you know, and then the parent goes, wow, you know, you helped my kid. Or even working with, say, someone who's had a stroke and just giving them back those communication abilities to be able to talk to the people that they love. It's definitely a rewarding career option.
Callum, when you finish speech therapy, where would you like to go? What area would you like to go into?
With speech pathology, there's such a diverse area that you can go into. You can work almost anywhere, you know, paediatric populations in schools and early intervention services, and adults in hospitals, accent modification, all that sort of stuff, rehab. I think for me, I want to work in hospitals, in the public system, sort of stroke, rehab, ABI, degenerative diseases like Parkinson's and all that sort of stuff. I think that's where I want to go when I finish the degree.
As a young person, what would you recommend for another young person who is interested in this area?
If they're interested in it, go for it. You know, try to get the marks, get into it. And even if you can't, if it's what you want to do and you don't get the mark to get into it, there's definitely a way around it. You know, you can do your allied health assistant courses and your rehab courses, and you can just work your way up. But yeah, if it's what you want to do, try your hardest and you will get there.
So what were some of the skills that you used as a young student to be successful?
It was definitely a lot of hard work. At school, you know, you've got to, in year 11 and 12, you've got to put in the hard yards in your study. But in saying that, you know, your study's got to be something that you enjoy. And if you don't enjoy the study, then perhaps sort of tertiary education isn't the best thing for you. But for me, I just put in the hard yards. I worked hard. I got the mark that I needed to get into the course. And then you have a little break when you finish year 12, and then you just go straight back into study mode.
What do you like about what you're doing?
The best thing about the course is that it is so rewarding, and sort of just with anyone, if you make that smallest gain, that smallest step, and you just make that change in their life, then they're over the moon, and they're so excited that, you know, they can do anything. It's probably one of the most rewarding things I've ever done, and I think that I could do, is to just give someone back their language and their speech.